Good morning, everybody. This is going to be part 6 of the video series on using your Raspberry Pi for home automation. And today I've decided that we're going to start in with OpenHAB 2. I'm not extremely familiar with OpenHAB 2, but I figured out how to get it installed and how to use it to operate my LCD TV that I use for my security cameras. Okay, so let's get started. Just a few things to mention. This is OpenHAB 2.1 installation. The requirements that they want you to have are as follows. Raspberry Pi 2 or newer. Compare your existing device here if you are unaware or unsure. SD card 16 gigabyte or more to support wear leveling, a steady power supply, and an Ethernet connection. I would assume that you've got your Raspberry Pi set up in a headless situation right now, and that means you've got power to it, you've got your micro SD card in it, and you're either at this point using the wireless and you figured that out, or you're using an Ethernet connection. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to update and upgrade, make sure that you've got everything up to date. So we'll go into PuTTY, choose our IP address. Okay, and in this case we're just going to copy and paste everything. There will be text in the below the video. I will put all this in there so that you can copy and paste them to a sheet. Be careful how you copy and paste them. Sometimes I've noticed if you copy and paste them, sometimes the commands don't work and you might have to type them in. So the first one is sudo apt-get update. And next one is going to be sudo apt-get upgrade. Press Y and enter. Next one is going to be sudo apt-get install screen mkdir get htop. Not sure exactly what that is, but go ahead and install that because I haven't tried without it, but I'm guessing it's needed. So like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything about the Raspberry Pi or about OpenHAB, but this will get it installed for you. I'll also be providing links down below of where I got this information. All this stuff up here I had gotten off of OpenHAB's website, http://docs.openhab.org/installation/raspi.html. In order to run this, you have to have a current Java. They recommend Zulu, so that's what I went with. Zulu is currently the recommended Java platform for OpenHAB. Make sure to download Zulu or Java 8, as OpenHAB is not yet compatible with 9. Now, I noticed with some of this software, some things aren't compatible. I've noticed with this latest version, Sketch, that XRDP doesn't work anymore. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the directory for Zulu. And then we're going to get it. And we're going to be wget. And while that's doing that, we're going to copy and paste the next command, which is tar xvfpz space ezdk dash n. Well, this here is going to be the version that's out right now for Zulu. Or yeah, this is for Zulu. And you can go to their website to find that. And you're going to want to pick the right one. And it's going to be located on this website. Okay, so we'll go ahead and copy. And in the future, they may come out with a newer version, so you may have to use something different. And this is the actual file right here that you may have to change the version information, the file name, to the correct file name that you're going to be using. Okay, next we're going to be moving on to updating the alternatives. And this is all one here. I know it's hard to tell that but you need to have this all as one. Okay, next we're going to do this. And you're going to want to, when you do this, you're going to want to select from the list here. 0 is to use Oracle, 1 is to use Zulu, 2 is to use a different version of Oracle, I'm guessing. Actually, it looks the same. So we're just going to choose 1 to use Zulu. Put in 1 and enter. And then we're going to double check to make sure that it's using that version by putting in Java version, Java dash version, space dash version. Okay, and you should get something similar to this telling you the version 8.25.0.76, and it should say Zulu in there. Okay, and next we're going to want to so you're going to get something similar to this. you can tell that it's says you're going to get something similar to this. You're going to have a OpenJDK version number, and here it is, and you're going to have Zulu embedded, and okay, so I'm going to copy, and this is also a link to another place where I'd gotten information on installing Zulu. Okay, now for the actual OpenHAB installation. I got this off of one of the OpenHAB web pages. So we're going to need to, well, let's double check, make sure we got version manual. Okay, now we're going to add the user. Copy and paste that, sudo adduser, and enter. Okay, adding new user. Download and extract the latest official stable version of OpenHAB from bintray.com/OpenHAB to your host. Now we're going to need to change directories to temp or temp folder. Okay, now you can tell we're inside a temp. And we're going to, and this is all one too. This is all one, so we're going to copy the whole thing. This is the path to the download of the file that we're going to need. Okay, so paste that in there and hit enter. While that's downloading, we'll copy the next part. And let's see. Okay, so on Zulu's website, there's going to be a download specifically for Linux. I'm guessing it's this one. Just double check. Now this looks a little different because before it had a space up above that would ask you some information. Maybe I need to get to it a different way. So, okay, so we copied this and we're going to paste this in here. We're going to unzip what we had just downloaded previously. And we'll go to, this is going to remove it, I believe, from, the temp folder. Not sure about that, but okay. The rm command for remove. Now, this is going to change the directory back. It's going to go back one. So we put cd change directory space ... and that should bring us back to the beginning. Okay. So now from there we want to put in sudo, I don't know how to pronounce that, but if you can see it, and we'll hit enter. Next line, enter. Okay, now it's launching it. Now there's something to keep in mind. This is going to be the HTTP. This is going to be the URL that you're going to use to get in to OpenHAB. If your IP address of your Raspberry Pi is different than mine, you will want to put your Raspberry Pi IP address in here. So if it's a 192.168.0. Whatever you've chosen in your router to give it to, that you will want to put in here. Now, another thing to keep in mind, this will allow you to register OpenHAB as a service so that it runs at, right now, currently, if we were to close Raspberry Pi, we wouldn't be able to open this up. Okay, so you can see we've got OpenHAB installed on the Raspberry Pi. So I'll minimize this right now. If we close this, and then we go back to the website, the server, and we click refresh, you'll notice it's gone. So to make it so that if our Raspberry Pi for some reason should lose power and restart, or if something happens with the server itself and it stops working, to keep it going continuously, we'll need to add some things. This will allow you to register OpenHAB as a service so that it runs at startup and automatically restarts if OpenHAB crashes. This server will be running with privileges of the user OpenHAB and expects the OpenHAB files under /opt/OpenHAB2. So the first thing we need to do is create a file, sudo. So we're going to do that by using this command, sudo nano lib system md . So we're going to go back into our Raspberry Pi. Put in our username and password. And then once we're in there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to create our file. And then here, the file isn't saved yet, but here's where the file is going to be. And we need to copy this contents into it. Just right click in there. We'll do Control X. Do you want to save? We'll click Y and then enter. Okay, now that's in there. Control X. Want to save it? Y, enter. Should have let us out of there. Okay, we'll hit Control X again. Yes. Error writing, no such file or directory. Okay, this worked before, so let's see what we did wrong. We might have to Control X, Y. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and close it out, and we'll back up, and we'll re-enter this command after we log back into PuTTY. Well, if we start the service, we won't be able to type it in. We'll double check to make sure that we can get into it. It is in there. System D, system, and it should save it into here. Oh. As we can see, it didn't put it in there. Okay, let's try this again. Make sure we don't have any spaces where we don't want them. System D, system, okay. And we just control X. Oops, get us right out of there. There we go. We want to save this. So let's try again. Control X, save. Y. Either that or my Y key is not working. Error writing, no such file directory. Maybe we need to go in first, huh? So go go ahead and close this out, and we'll go ahead and we'll change that directory then. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. So we're going to change directory, and we'll just go into System D. Let's just go in all the way in. CD space and well, I wonder it's CD HOME, oh, /home. Wonder if I forgot the /. Yes, I think that's what I forgot. There needs to be a / right here. So now we'll go CD. Okay, now we're back to the beginning. Sudo nano, edit, copy, and enter. Now we'll copy everything in here into here. Control X and Y and enter. Okay, so that's what we were missing. We were missing the / before lib. Okay, so we've got that all in there. Next, enable the service to be executed on the system startup. Start the service and retrieve status information. Execute only once. Okay, so edit, copy, enter. Edit, copy, enter. Start service, copy, enter. Okay, you should get something similar to this that has OpenHAB service, active running, and the output status after a successful execution should look similar to, like they said, OpenHAB service, active running, and the date. Okay, and also Another place you can find information that I found information on this is docs.openhab.org, and then here's another link of some information that I got from there too. Okay, so your OpenHAB should be up and running. We will double check that it is, and we'll get the IP address here. I've gotten so lazy with the copying and pasting. I could type this in, but why? Okay, so we know that it's back up. So we're going to give it a try. We're going to go ahead and close out a putty. Okay, so we've closed that. And we're going to double check this to make sure that it stays up. I am kind of wondering where I got the Zulu information. Let's see, copy. Put up a new browser. Okay. Okay, Zulu embedded. Now he was using this for a different project, but I kind of tooled around with what he had, and I'm making it work for me. So okay, so yeah, here we go. You're going to want this version right here if you're using a Raspberry Pi 3. It's the ARM 32-bit JDK on Linux for ARM v8, v7, v6 hard float ABI. You're going to want that. And I think the first one is a zip and the second one is a TAR. And I'm using, trying to figure out if I was using the, I was using the TAR. But you're going to want to, you could right click, copy link location, open up a notepad, and here's your link. So you would just copy this in. Let's see. So we've got the HTTP, got the address, EZDK 180152, just seeing everything matches. Now when it changes, this here, you would want to copy it, and then you would want to paste it in there. So you'd want the GZ in there too. So you would paste it in there. So your command was, so you download the newest one in case they change and they upgrade and you need a newer one. There is another place you'll want to do the same thing, and that would be for the actual OpenHAB. So in OpenHAB, you've got this is going to be the actual file, OpenHAB 2.1.0.zip. If you go to OpenHAB's website, you'll find where to download that, where you get that, where it'll be located at. and it'll explain that. But if you follow this, you should be able to pretty much get the gist of it and how it works. Okay, so let's go in and hit refresh and see if it still pops up. Or better yet, we'll close it out. We'll open up a new one and copy, paste. Okay, so it's still up. If we reboot the router, it should still come up. So now this is finished. We're done here. In the future, I'll come out with another video showing how to set this up. Either that, or you can go into OpenHAB's website and learn how to use OpenHAB for yourself. And it's a little difficult at first, but this is a good starting point for you. Well, that concludes this video. I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope you've been able to use this to at least get your OpenHAB or your home automation up and running on your Raspberry Pi. Yeah, so have a good one.